welcome to the closeout video for the Fund 9 final milestone for the DripDropz Cardano Mainstreet Suite. I've got Andrew Westberg together with me today, and we are going to go over the final phase of our Mainstreet Suite proposal from Fund 9. So Andrew, just a couple of quick questions for you. This program is actually, this is a mobile phone, mobile device, and you've actually written this code for mobile, right? Which programming language did you use?
Yeah, so it's coded in Kotlin. The environment is using Kotlin multi-platform mobile, so it can be deployed to both iOS and Android from the same code base. And then the UI layer is using Jetpack Compose multi-platform, which gives you the ability to do both iOS and Android from the same code base.
Okay, cool. And then it's backed by Fireblocks, right? That's the back end system, and we're going to see a little bit. We're going to see a little bit of all of that, right? We're going to see a little bit of Fireblocks. We're going to see a little bit of your code in an emulator up there on screen, and then lastly, you're going to use a real phone to interact as well, right?
Yeah. So we have to have it on two devices. So the seller phone is going to be an emulator, and that's what we'll run through the onboarding process with. The second phone is set up as the buyer phone. And as you can see here, we're looking at Fireblocks. We have two wallets. We have the buyer wallet and the seller wallet. So the buyer has some money. The seller currently has none. And we have no active transfers over here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go through an onboarding process with the seller and have them list an item for sale. And then we'll go through the buying, I guess, the sales process for the buyer. And we'll see that the transaction moves some money in Fireblocks through the API.
Very cool. Well, go ahead. Let's get started.
Okay. So as I said before, we have the buyer account, seller account set up. The buyer has money. The seller does not. No active transfers. And so let's pull up our coding environment here. And we're looking at an emulator. We also have our real device over here. This is my phone. And we need this because it has an actual real camera to scan the QR code, which is why we need one emulator and one phone. We wanted to do the onboarding on the emulator so I can type with my keyboard and it makes it a little faster.
Cool.
So over here, we'll go through onboarding as a seller. So we'll create an account. It'll be Charles for the purposes of this. And we'll create an account. And we will check our inbox for the email verification. This part is just mocked in, but it does take us over to the email. There's no Gmail set up on this emulator right now. And then we'll move on to the next step, which is protecting our identity. So this is two-factor authentication stuff. And we will send a code. And we now have a code, which is 847290. Let's double check that one. Looks correct. And we will continue. Next is pick our country. And we'll choose Australia. And the username. And we will set up as a business account. We can be an individual or a business. We will choose business. And our business name. It will be Chuck's Goods. And an EIN for ourselves. We're going to be in the furniture business. And it is a resale business. So continue. And we will take payments, all three of these, in person, through invoices, and through a website. And so now we're at this point in the process. We're going to set up payments next and finally list our first item. So go ahead and do that. And enter a credit card. And now we're listing a new item. So we'll grab a picture of a nice chair we're going to sell from our gallery. We'll call this one Drippy Chair. I'm going to sell it for $20. It's very, very used. It is well loved. It's in the furniture category, and it is a very drippy chair. So we'll list that item. And we have success. So let's view listings. We're now on our inventory page. So onboarding is complete. And we have our drippy chair. So let's go ahead and sell that to somebody that's walking by our stand. So we click on it. We have no sales yet, but we can pull up the QR code for that. And at this stage, I'm going to take a screenshot of this so that I can show both phones at the same time. So we'll snap a screenshot of that. And then on this screen, we can move over to the live phone. So you can see this is my actual phone here. We're going to launch Mainstreet as a buyer. And we've got some funds in our account. And we're going to go to the charge. Let's make sure my volume is up so you can hear the scanning. Go charge. And then we're going to scan the QR code. It's very fast. And you'll see we're buying from Chuck's Goods. We're buying a drippy chair for $20. So let's continue to check out. And this is where the Babel fees or Babel payments comes into play. We can choose our payment. So we're going to pay this $20 in ADA. And we'll confirm our payment. And that succeeded. And so you see we have our purchase summary here. Drippy chair, $20. And we'll say done. Let's go back up to Fireblocks. You see we have a new transaction that appeared over here. It's broadcasting to the network. So it's being broadcast to the blockchain. And once that is on chain, that'll show up in the seller's account here for approximately $20, depending on, the price of ADA may have shifted a few pennies since that transaction went through. But this is the basic process overall. Do you have any questions, Lloyd?
Yeah, this is really cool to see it all come together after all this work, and meeting with all these different companies. We finally settled on Fireblocks because they were sort of everyone else we spoke to. They were just someone that was using Fireblocks, so it was really great to get to the source and be able to do this. And I see it looks like your transaction completed.
Yep. So we have about $20 in the seller account subtracted from the buyer's account. And if we look at the actual transaction, we can view it on Blockchain Explorer. It usually takes a few minutes to get on the Block Explorer, but we sent 69 ADA, which is approximately $20. So let's see if it's there yet. It looks like it is.
Awesome. Fantastic.
So you can see the actual transaction that happened and was signed all inside Fireblocks with their secure element and all of that stuff.
That's awesome.
So we never touched the keys. We just had a user that was allowed and given the authority to do this type of transaction.
To move that transaction over. Fantastic.
Yes. And you see now the price of ADA shifted again, and it's back to $20. So
real time.
That is crypto. Yeah.
Making or losing money in crypto. Real time.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you, Andrew. I'm going to pull this down. And I just want to say thank you very much for everyone for paying attention to our Fund 9 proposal final milestone closeout. I'm Lloyd, and this is Andrew. We are a wrap with Fund 9 for all proposals from DripDropz at this point, and we're proud to say we do have some fun 10 proposals as well that are in there. There is one for Main Street. The one for Main Street is going to help us with our money transmission licenses that we need to have in order to have Main Street work in the United States. So we've asked for some help in acquiring those licenses, and we'd love if you guys would take a look at those at that proposal in particular, plus the other proposals we have out. And if you feel that what DripDropz is doing is offering value, we'd appreciate your vote going forward. And thank you, Andrew, for your time today, showing us the proposal. And we'll see you all next time.